What is up, Retro Maniacs? Welcome to the Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike. I am from Mike's Retro Trading Cards, and I am joined by the James T. Kirk and the John Luke Picard of the live streaming world. They are, of course, your friends and mine, Joe Day and EP Eric Pahowick. How is it going, guys?
That's a home run, dude. You hit out of the park.
Good job. The pronunciation of Jean-Luc Picard, not John-Luc Picard or whatever you said. That was definitely
a soft J. It was
get out of here.
You know what always have to critique my intro. You know, this is 2 weeks in a row. You're critiquing I feel like, you know, starting next week, we're just going to make you do it. I'm the one that has to come up with all this stuff, and you're Mr. Critical about everything. I'm done with it, Joe Day. Nobody likes to hear it. Everybody likes to hear my intros, and they don't want to hear you criticizing me. What do you think about that?
Seatown Funk would be very upset. Here's a trivia question, though. What does the T stand for in James T. Kirk?
I know, but
I don't care.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's they say about it in the Kelvin films, right?
Okay, what is it?
Tiberius.
Yes, it is. Okay, good job, EP.
Okay, well, to our two viewers that we have left.
No. If we're going to talk about the live stream, you're going to talk about our live stream. Talk about our live stream, because I want to talk about the viewers who signed into the live stream as soon as we start talking about Star Trek.
Okay, well, you know, I don't know if anybody watched or not, but it wasn't last night. It's Monday morning. Saturday night, we had our first live stream of the year. Went way too long, and way too many people watched it. I don't know why, but I figured it would be a great time to talk about what we learned during the live stream. You know, if you haven't watched it, it's only 3.5 hours. Just go watch the video right now and come back and listen to what we learned. But I have a couple things here, and then I want to see what you guys learned. One of the things I learned was that you can somehow acquire plane parts and then sell them on eBay.
I did not know that either.
I didn't know that. That was news to me. Something different. I found out what EP's age was. So if you guys want to know how old EP is and you didn't watch the live stream, just go watch it right now. It's only 3.5 hours long. You know, just watch that and come back. And one of the other things I learned was that apparently somehow late at night on a Saturday night, when people should be going to bed, if you start talking about Star Trek, more people will come into the live stream somehow.
Yes.
And specifically comment that they were there talking about Star Trek. What is going on? We are not a Star Trek channel.
The best part about that whole thing was seeing Mike's face as me and EP were talking about Star Trek, and Mike being like, I lost control. I just totally lost control of this because I hate Star Trek. I've never seen Star Trek. And that's all they were talking about. We were down to, at one point, only 7 people watching us. We started talking about Star Trek, and it was up to 85. 85 people watched this.
Like within seconds.
Seconds.
Oh, so that's what I learned. I don't know. Did you guys learn anything?
I learned that people need to get a life, man. If you are on a Saturday night listening to us idiots
talking about Star Trek, no less.
Yeah, I mean, people were staying till the end, though. Like, we had to say, we got to go. And then EP and I proceeded to stay up. We could have just stayed up and kept doing the live stream for another 2 hours.
That live stream was not planned to be 3.5 hours long.
No.
So, you know, just remember when you're watching content on YouTube, which content creators are going to stay there for you simply because you want us to stay there.
That's right.
I learned that there are a lot of instigators out there like me, because at the end of the show, when we were trying to wrap up, people kept dropping comments, trying to get us to respond to more comments. They were actually like asking questions and saying things that they want us to react to. And like, I was like, I want to react to these, but I know we need to end this thing. Yeah. So there are instigators out there that are just like us. And I apologize that we didn't, but at that point it was already 3.5 hours. So but it was so much fun. It was a blast.
Time.
I threw out the challenge last night. Get us to 100 likes on this stream. Only 67 away. If you have not seen the live stream yet, go like it. I need us to
It's
get 100.
only 3.5 hours.
EP is going to shave his head if we get 100
That is not
likes.
true. I did not
I
say
also
that.
found that some people seem to think that EP has male pattern baldness.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see
not
it,
me,
but to each
It's got to get go. It's got to get going if that's the case. Like it's running out of time to
yeah,
do its
since
thing.
we
I forgot.
found out your age.
Yes.
But if you want to know his age, you have to watch the live stream.
Yep.
Only
Yep.
3.5 hours long. One of the other things I learned is I should not disparage the original movie Jumanji. I have to take a second to issue a formal apology to any viewers that I offended with my comments about the original Jumanji movie. Even though the CGI is terrible and very dated, and I find it incredibly difficult to watch, and it's just awful on all levels, some people really like that movie, and apparently they have really bad taste, and they like to rewatch it over and over again. God only knows why, but they do. So to those people, I truly apologize.
I don't think you know
like
what the
an
word apology means. I think
it's like me and subtle.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just playing around with you. Yeah, but apparently Jumanji is a rewatchable movie. We were talking on the live stream about this list of the most rewatchable movies, and Jumanji was one that maybe I, crossed the line on, some would say, or maybe I got it perfectly on the head and I was totally right about it, and these people are just wrong. I don't know which it is. I don't. You decide for yourself. But I am sorry. I'm sorry. I don't apologize much either.
Yeah, go watch the stream.
I don't think he ever has.
It's only 3.5 hours.
Jesus.
Oh, well, we have the channel lineup for the week. We did the live stream Saturday night. Go watch it. Give us a like. We got to get to 100 to make Joe shut up about it. And EP will shave his head.
EP will shave his head.
That is not part of the agreement.
Let's see how quickly it would grow back. Let's see how nice your hair really is.
It'd be like that episode of Seinfeld where it doesn't grow back.
Yep. Exactly.
On Wednesday, the Wednesday show, we're going to be giving you our hobby confessions. You don't want to miss this one. I mean, some groundbreaking material covered in this episode. And on Friday, we've got the 3 retro cards you need for your PC. I don't know. I might make one of the viewers really mad with my pick. Maybe I not. Go watch the live stream. It'll make sense. And Saturday, how about me? Give me a little bit of credit here for getting videos posted on Saturday. I'm working on the weekend. I am like lover boy out here. Make that reference. You get that? You guys old enough? So I don't know what we're going to drop this week, though. So be a surprise.
We have some stuff in the hopper.
EP might have some content. I might have a really cool rip video. Joe might have one of his 40 rip videos I haven't gotten posted yet. It'll be there, though. Most likely, or it might not be if I forget about it. But if it isn't, I'm sorry. I apologize again.
Go back and watch one of the previous Saturday videos to
just
get you through.
Watch the live stream. It's only 3.5 hours.
Well,
so how's it going this week, guys?
I was going to say, that's why I'm drinking Gatorade this morning instead of a beer. I do not have a superpower like EP. We've talked about this before. EP's superpower of not getting hungover. I'm envious to a point, because if I didn't get hungover, I drink more. Like, I won't drink for like 2 weeks after that. Like, I feel rough. But EP can just go right back on the horse.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. Got a
it's
little
that Pennsylvania Polish blood he has.
Yep.
It's just their thing.
Coal region Polish. Yeah, it's the mix of all. Yeah.
Definitely. So anything new and exciting going on, guys?
Well, I went to the local card shop yesterday.
Oh wow!
I had to tell the guy that I had to tell the one guy who works there that I wasn't going to be able to set up at the card show next weekend. And of course, while I was there digging through boxes, found some awesome NBA cards, mostly like base cards, that sort of stuff. But Kevin Garnett and Vince Carter and Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, some really good stuff, and found some Provisions cards. Had a lot of fun just digging through boxes as usual, and found a couple boxes that I think that Mike had missed going through previously. So I found some good stuff, some fun stuff, and a couple of Griffey cards, that sort of stuff. And I found a bunch of Lonzo Mornings and Sean Marions for my PC. So I've just a cool little stop. I also, but when I was done, he said $30, so I had 2 20s. I was like, So I'm gonna get some packs. Ended up getting
They don't
5.
offer change. They don't offer change at this
No,
card.
they
By
don't.
the
Yeah.
way.
Right,
Okay.
right. So they had some Donruss retail football. And I bought 5 packs of that. There was a 6-pack left. And he said, that's part of the deal. You can take that one too. I said, I can't leave the last pack in there. I just reached for my wall. He said, nope, just take it. So anyhow, got 6 packs of Donruss and opened those up. And there's no inserts. Get a rated rookie per pack, and you get a yellow parallel per pack. But it was just a fun to rip it open and look at the new players and talk to him as I'm opening them. So yeah, it was a good time. Good visit to the card shop.
Awesome. I am a little jealous that I missed a couple cards there, but I do kind of like the fact that, like, both you and Rob go in there now and you're like, oh, look at the stuff I found that Mike didn't buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why I have picked that place pretty clean, but I left some scraps for the rest of you. Are you going to go to the card show next weekend, EP?
It's 50-50. I might be able to go for a little bit. We'll see. Like, I have a family thing I have to do on Friday, so I'm not sure whether that stuff spills over into Thursday or Saturday or anything like that. But my plan is to try to go for at least for a little bit. But I don't want to I didn't want to have the responsibility of having to set up and prepare for all sort of stuff. I just wanted that out of the way. I'm gonna set up in the shows in February, so.
Because I have reloaded my cash supply and I'm ready to go and I'm ready to buy. So that
I'd like to witness it. I'd like to witness it. I wouldn't want to be there to witness it. I should probably record it, actually.
I won't find anything either. I'll be looking to spend money and I won't find anything.
Speaking of you spending money, Mike, do you have an update for us from your Dave Adams purchase?
Well, absolutely. Finally, I am glad to tell our viewers that Dave and Adams, after only a week, have finally taken care of my situation with the gift cards. I got a call from Jenny in customer service.
Yeah, Jenny.
And, I was recording content at the time, so I didn't see the voicemail until later. And I'm like, oh, crap, they called from Dave and Adams. And then I called her back. I got another voicemail, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. But no, she called right back, and they actually got my order through a week later, and I was able to use my gift cards. So I have 2 boxes coming that I'm going to rip for the channel.
When do you think those boxes are going to get in from Dave Adams?
They should be in this week. So only a couple days.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Sounds good.
Why is this funny? Dave Adams?
EP was telling us he ran into someone at the card shop that thought it was Dave Adams. So I just wanted to see if I could make EP crack by saying Dave Adams.
EP is too easy to crack. So. All right, guys, let's get into it. We've been talking way too much this weekend.
Yeah.
Back, I believe it was in November, we talked about the fact that LeBron James was no longer listed on Upper Deck's list of exclusive athletes. Then there was this mysterious superfractor that showed up a picture of Bronny and LeBron having autos on it. And people are like, oh, what could ever be happening? I don't know what's going on. Well, thankfully this week, LeBron, he's a big tease, posted a picture on Instagram holding a Fanatics contract. Shocking news. LeBron James signed an exclusive deal with Fanatics. Nobody saw this one coming, right? Like, what an out of left field shocker. These are the kind of things we love having this podcast for, because we get to break this news that nobody ever thought was going to happen and then discuss it. What were your initial thoughts, Joe? I know you're a big basketball fan. I know you're a huge Upper Deck guy. So
I am actually a huge Upper Deck guy, and it is kind of sad to see Upper Deck lose someone like LeBron James. It kind of makes you wonder. I mean, LeBron's still playing, so I understand it wouldn't be the same, but kind of makes you wonder if other people might jump ship. We talked about this, not related specifically to LeBron James, but Tiger Woods left Nike, which Tiger Woods has been with Nike since he was Tiger Woods, since he was coming out of college, since he turned pro. He's an exclusive with Upper Deck too. You kind of wonder, is LeBron the only one that's going to jump ship? I don't think so. I would not be surprised seeing Tiger leave Nike would anyone be surprised if he left Upper Deck as well? Another one of his long-term 20+ years that they've been together. It wouldn't shock me at all. That being said, I'm sure a lot of people are very excited to get LeBron James autos for the first time in a long time in a product.
My initial thought was, holy crap, how are we not doing an emergency podcast?
I know.
Like, this is so out of left field that
it's because you had to work.
So, it's my fault for sure. Yeah, I mean, like you said, Mike, we saw this coming, and I think the indication that there's already a card with autos and stuff on it is that this deal was signed a long time ago, like months and months and months ago, right?
Yeah, I would assume, but
yeah,
the one thing is, Joe, at least Upper Deck makes golf cards.
That's true.
So, like, when you look at it, like, what value do they get out of having LeBron? Because they really don't use him.
They don't use him, yeah.
So,
and God only knows how much they were paying and not getting back in return. Yeah. So maybe it's not
to create.
Then you have a company that comes in that will offer them ridiculous money. So clearly they wouldn't be able to compete with it, and it really made no sense for them to do it anyway. So nobody in the world is shocked by this, but I mean, it's probably a pretty big deal for basketball cards. Like, LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. They're getting the NBA license in a couple years. He'll probably be hanging on. At least there is going to be some product with LeBron autographs in it again. And yeah, for the people that may have collected, if you, again, I think I said this in November, if you collected LeBron's autographs and you thought he was never, ever going to really sign again, like, it's your own fault. Like, I don't feel sorry for you, because come on, unless somebody is deceased, they're going to keep signing. And like, you should have seen the writing on the wall a long time ago. But like, for the overall basketball card market, I think it's great, because people are going to chase it. Like, what a great thing to have the chance to pull a LeBron auto.
And they're going to get their money's worth out of him.
Probably.
They are not going to be like, couple 1-on-1s. Just sign a couple 1-on-1s for us. They actually, we talked about this before we started recording. He and Bronny have the dual auto, both in their high school uniforms. I don't know if anyone saw the picture on Twitter, but I don't know who sleeve and top loaded that card. But if it was Michael Rubin, I'd be like, dude, my man, you need to learn about cards before you're the head of cards. But yeah, the sleeve, it was put into the sleeve and then put the wrong way into the top loader. So half the card is just kind of hanging out there. Probably started off as a PSA 10. Now it's probably about a PSA 7. The more it moves, it'll be down to a PSA 6 by the time it makes it into a pack, in which I think Bronny will probably pull it randomly.
Right. I really I think that there are probably a lot of people, those people that own those LeBron cards, are worried about prices going down because there'll be more autographs available. I think there's going to be a bump right away, because there's excitement about a player and about like an autograph, something like this, people are going to go back and look for the old stuff and try to get them. Yeah. But eventually it's going to bring the prices down. But that's, I mean, from my perspective, that's the kind of collector I am. That's great for the hobby, because that means more of these available for everybody. That means that people are going to be able to afford these autographs that were so expensive before. And I, again, like Mike said, like, sure, sorry for anybody who's like really high end stuff that's really expensive, but for the hobby in general, it's really, really, really good. The basketball hobby.
I don't generally feel bad for someone who has a LeBron James RPA from SP or whatever, just sitting 2003. Safe. Yeah. You're doing okay.
That stuff is still rare. Like, I don't like it's not going to crash. Like, if you have that stuff, like, it might take a little bit of a hit, but the people that are going to be trying to get the LeBron stuff now, like, I don't think that older Upper Deck stuff that's really popular, a lot of it's like low numbered stuff. Like, it's really not going to affect that. We've seen that. Like, look at Mike Trout autographs. Like, we talked about, he's signed like probably 50 million autographs. Yes, I'm exaggerating, but like, the value of it is,
are you?
Maybe I'm not. So like, if the rare cards with patches on it and low numbered stuff is still going to retain as a high value.
I think an even better comparison is like Steph Curry. He's been
Mhm.
in products since the beginning, and his RPA equivalent of LeBron James is still a highly sought after card, very very
And he
expensive.
even signs
So
for Leaf.
yeah, like he'll sign for anyone. So
Yeah, I don't blame him.
and his rookie autos are still holding the premium on that. I don't know like price wise if they're like what the difference is between something you pull of Curry now versus when the rookie cards came out. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what like is it $1 million card versus a $5,000 card? I don't know, but we'll see with LeBron if the same thing happens to his.
Did you see too that Topps has a commercial and they slipped LeBron into the commercial now? They have a whole bunch of different athletes that are apparently under contract to Fanatics now. And yeah, LeBron was in there. They just kind of didn't make a big deal about it, but just kind of spliced him right in there. I mean, like we've seen what they did with the Tom Brady cards. Like imagine the first NBA release with LeBron. Like they are going to market the shit out of that, and rightfully so. I'm not saying they shouldn't. That's what they're here to do. But I mean, it will be interesting to see what they come up with, and that is one of the things they have done. They've done some different style marketing things. Some people like it, some people hate it, but I'm anxious to see how they're going to use LeBron to sell basketball cards, because we know they're going to do it. Like how they're going to do it should be kind of cool to see.
And he doesn't have to be a player, and like he doesn't have to be an active player anymore. Like regardless if he retires this year, next year, or the year after, he's going to be in their products.
Mhm.
Like it's not going to just he's not in the NBA, we're not going to use him. Like he'll probably be a Fanatics employee by that point, signing autographs full time. Like I don't think this ends just when he's done.
The real question is, was he like drafted by an MLB team or like a college football? Like was he?
Does it matter?
No, they can just make it. They can just Photoshop it. They can just Photoshop it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, quick question: do we ever see Michael Jordan under the Fanatics banner?
Well, I brought it up at the top. You wonder if something like that will fall. I don't know. Like how much of a gambling binge is Jordan on? Does he need the money? Like
he doesn't need the money. No, I doubt it. Yeah.
And he doesn't sign much for Upper Deck that much, does he? Like it's not like he's putting autographs out all the time. So
same kind of situation with him. Like they don't really use it much.
Right.
And even the products he's in, like Goodwin Champions and stuff like that, like they're not popular products. I saw that you could get like the hobby boxes of 2021 for like $50, which is like a quarter, I think, of what they cost when they came out. So yeah,
he probably gets paid really well, and probably doesn't have to, like you guys said, doesn't have to sign a ton. Like he's not signing for 20 different products, so he's probably just fine doing what he's doing. I kind of hope that he did that he would sign with Fanatics, just because you'd like to see the greatest player of all time in this NBA uniform with the autograph with these cards. Like that's the one thing that you miss out on. So as a fan of as somebody who really loved the NBA in the mid and late 90s and 2000s, like I would love to see him in his uniforms in a uniform on a card with an autograph. Like that'd be ideal for me.
And like again, same thing with LeBron. Like what does Upper Deck get out of the money they're investing in him? Like I can understand Michael Jordan is great to sit home and sign a couple autographs and not do a whole lot and collect that money. But at what point is Upper Deck going to go, you know what? We've been paying this guy for like 30 years now, and we don't have any products to put out to use this for. So maybe that'll be something that changes. Who knows? We'll find out. I'm sure we will know if it happens. One basketball player that is playing, and also a Fanatics exclusive autograph, but Victor Wembanyama's Prizm rookie card has finally hit the market. These things I saw a base card sell for like over $100.
Yeah.
Like the prices are insane, but I don't want to talk about the pricing. What everybody is talking about is the photo that they chose to put on the card. He's clearly standing someplace, and there's a big black curtain behind him. This is his premier rookie card. It has a black curtain hanging behind it. What are your thoughts, Joe? I feel like you, being the basketball expert, have some thoughts on this.
I have a lot of thoughts. First off, when I saw all this going on Twitter, like everyone losing their mind, everyone had to do these think pieces and enlighten us on their thoughts on this, how terrible this card is on YouTube. I had to Google, did this card murder someone? Whose puppy did this card kill? Like, I was like blown away. I looked at him like, okay, whatever. It's like a bad design. And something other content creators I have not heard mention, it's all the rookies. It's not just the Wembanyama. Like, that's the design for the entire rookie set. So whether or not we like it, we think it's a terrible design, which I don't like it. I think it looks bad, but it's just the design. We're going to talk about the top Series 1 design. EP will probably have some hot take. It's just the design of the card. You can see it in every rookie's card. So people are just losing their mind because people love to lose their minds. And to your point about the prices, it's still going for $100. Clearly, no one really gives a shit. People are still going to buy it. People are still going to send them to PSA to be graded. People are still going to sell them on eBay. And people are still going to buy them on eBay. So everyone just needs to calm down. And sure, it's the Prizm is the known rookie. He's going to have other rookie cards. So if you don't like this one, you don't have to buy it. There will be other rookie cards. I know, it's shocking. Go buy a select one when it comes out. Go buy a National Treasures one when it comes out. Go buy a flawless.
They're going to have them in other sets?
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Just calm down, people, for Christ's sake.
I think Mojo Break podcast, they were talking about how the when they do these shoots, they're on a basketball court, but they use like a curtain to kind of separate the players, so you don't see the other prospects in the background when you're taking photos. But I feel like if you're on a basketball court, like you can figure out a way to make it so there's not a curtain in the background. And we also know that they have no problem photoshopping stuff.
There you go. That was the point I was waiting.
Yeah. they have no problem photoshopping stuff. No problem carving people out of photos and putting them back onto another thing. So like, and
that's basically what flawless and National Treasures are.
Right.
Cutting
so like,
them out of something and putting them in front of.
It almost feels to me like having the solid color background. That was maybe the intent of what they were going to do, and somebody forgot to do it because like you could very easily Photoshop that off and put him on a basketball court, like simple.
And it's smart because then you can reuse that photo and reuse that photo the entire year.
Well, they will
if they want to. Yeah,
they will.
Yeah,
they
probably will do that for other sets.
Yeah. I just wonder. I mean, it feels. I mean, we said this. It was months ago. Might even been like 6 months ago. We said about how Panini's kind of given up. Right. They're just doing whatever. And if this feels like another instance where, we could carve it out and put it on a basketball background or do something cool with the background, but let's just leave the curtain up there. You know, people will still buy it. Don't worry about it.
I was absolutely shocked that they didn't Photoshop it because like they Photoshop so much in so many of their sets that like to take that card, I truly do feel like having the curtain there was almost like that was their intent and they just somewhere along the line didn't do it. It's like click, drag, click, and you're good. But
conspiracy theory. Wait, conspiracy theory.
Oh no,
who prints all these cards out?
I mean,
they're only printing what's given to them to print.
Yeah, they're printing.
They probably printing what was the program. They probably
they went to the program and deleted the Photoshop.
They have a lot of former Panini employees. They may have hacked in and photoshopped them. I think you're onto something, Joe.
You know what? I'm going to
Photoshop them. I don't think it's the words have ever been said.
I am going to finish my comments tomorrow on Pat McAfee's show. Don't you worry. I've got all these on lock. So
that'll be a perfect place for
it. To Joe's point, just quickly, like Prizm is considered like that's the premier
it's the
rookie.
Retail, like everyone can get rookie.
It's the premier. Like that's going to be the most traded rookie card in the entire thing. Prizm silvers are going to be the ones that everybody wants. As much as the flawless and all those they're higher end, but the one that everybody wants.
Everyone says that until the next set comes out. It like
It's just,
everyone wants the
not,
RPAs,
nope.
the National Treasure
Prizm.
RPAs, the true RPAs, or the true rookie cards. Everyone says select court concourse or field level is the true. It always happens.
No, Prizm Silver is held in high regard, I think, with a lot of people. So for them to mail it in for all the rookies in the Prizm set, really, that's the part that gets me more than anything else.
Well, I'm wearing my rated rookie shirt, so I have to throw this out there. Maybe what Panini did was they're trying to recreate a 1992 Bowman baseball kind of thing, where the picture is so ridiculous that people remember it forever. It's like, oh yeah, that was the one where he was standing by the curtain. Like, you have to wonder, maybe there's some marketing involved with that.
I don't think that is intentionally true, but I will say
but it
this
could happen, right?
This is one of those cards. I was thinking about this when Southwest Illinois was talking about on his show. Like, this is one of those cards that will be like kind of iconic now because it's so bad. It's like a dog that's so ugly it's cute kind of thing. Like, I really think that could potentially be this card in 20 years. Oh, that's the Wemby card that they just have the curtain and a little piece of the court.
There will be millions of his cards made on a basketball court. This one gives it a little character. It differentiates itself.
How many curtain cards are out there?
How many curtain cards? One.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Again, Panini on top of their game, and I'm really sad that Fanatics is taking things away.
Yep.
Although Panini's going to win the antitrust suit, and everything will just keep going.
No. Do you hear if someone from Fanatics wanted to take this card and include it in the lawsuit to prove how bad Panini is? I've heard that theory online too. Smart. These people out there making these theories, smart. They just take that Wemby card, just throw it in the lawsuit, and they'll win. Fanatics will win like that.
I can see that. That is true. You know, somebody who had a win this week was our old friend Nat Turner from PSA. Don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter or not, but there was a gentleman, we'll say, that posted his 2013 Fleer Retro PMG of Spider-Man that he had sent into PSA to get graded. And those jerks at PSA, they sent that back as questionable authenticity. They didn't think it was a real card. And the guy was very upset because many years ago, he pulled that card out of a pack. Like, and why would again, the guy clearly pulled it out of a pack many years ago. Why would PSA not authenticate and grade this card for him? And then Nat Turner, being the unprofessional hack that he is, goes to Twitter and gives some bogus excuse of, oh, you mean by pack pulled the one that you got on Etsy, and posts a link to a card that, okay, I give him, looks a little bit like the card that the person sent in, might have the same exact numbering and the same exact number as the card that the guy sent in, but the guy pulled it out of a pack. He said so himself.
Wow.
Yes, I joke, people. Somebody actually bought a card on Etsy, sent it to PSA. It didn't pass. They sent it back to him and then took to Twitter to complain about the pack pulled card that he bought on Etsy. And, you know, while I normally wouldn't think people like Nat Turner should bother with stuff like this, it was one of the best played smackdowns I have ever seen in my life, because he just clearly made a fool out of this fool, called him out, and knew what he did. Like, dude, we've had people try to send these in before. The guy though doubled down. He did not give up quickly.
And yes,
he said that, you know, people were saying, well, show the picture of the card, and he's like, well, I can't. I sent it to another grading company, and it's not number 1, it's number 12. And then Nat Turner comes back, well, we've already graded and certified card number 12 in that. And then the guy did eventually give up and delete his Twitter account. But what is wrong with people? Like, what is going on in your life that you, first of all, you're not smart enough to think that you can buy a card on Etsy Like, first, you must have thought it was real, right? Because nobody would think that I can buy a fake from them and I can send it to PSA and they'll grade it. Like, the guy must have thought it was real, right?
Well, beyond that, if he didn't think it was real, why is he posting on Twitter complaining? Like, you are the dumbest person in the world if you are doing that. Like, that's what blew my mind. I'm like, man, this guy, do you think he's like told himself this lie all these years that I pulled it from a pack and now it's just a memory? Like, oh yeah, I pulled that from a pack back in 2013. It's like,
He couldn't have bought it that long ago, though, because like the link that Nat showed for Etsy, they're like still available or was still there. So it's not like something he did 10 years ago. Like it was recent. What is it with people? Like, even then, like, why do you come up with this backstory that is completely bogus? And people do it
and complain about it
time.
on social media.
Yes.
What? Like that's a part that blows my mind.
Yeah, like, what are you trying to get out of that? Like, I don't understand that part.
And I think he tagged PSA. I think he tagged them.
What the like? Oh.
Well, I mean, I think that's the issue, right? Like they wanted to go on Twitter and they wanted to do this because they wanted the empathy. They wanted all the comments from everybody. It's like, oh man, this is going to be a great post, and everybody's going to be have my back. And then the fact that Nat Turner got on himself, and I feel like this was like, I agree with you guys 100%. This guy was probably not too intelligent if he thought I could buy this from Etsy or and or buy it from even a card show or whatever. And who knows exactly where he might not have bought it from Etsy himself. But if this is one of the ones from Etsy and he bought it and he sent it in, you don't double down and say, "Oh, I pulled it out of a pack myself." That's ridiculous. But
then triple down by saying "Oh, I can't show you a pic. I sent it to another grading company."
Right. Yeah. Flip the back and show us the numbering on it. To show that would be fine.
And did Nat pull up the scans? I'm sorry, if he did Nat pull up the scans of the card from PSA because they have those intro scans now.
Yeah, and and the guy said that wasn't his card, and like his wasn't the number one, and like because the serial numbering is like completely different on the real card and the Etsy card, and he just had an answer, a bad answer for everything that he thought was a good answer, but
like, I think it was an absolute flex by Nat Turner, but also like a necessary flex, and then he's like hammering down all the evidence, like saying nope, dude, nope, here's this.
That's what made it so great.
Perfect.
Yep. Like you do, like I understand it, like because you're on social media and somebody is clearly lying, and while normally there's a lot of crap that's said about companies that I don't think people involved with it need to respond to. In that case, I do, because that person is clearly lying about your business. PSA has a lot of stuff people can legitimately gripe about, but like I wouldn't sit there either and allow people to just make shit up and try to get it all over social media. Like, good job to Nat. Like, that was highly entertaining too. And just like the way he did it, just having the facts, like letting everybody else see that you're just a fool. I'm exposing you. I'm not calling you names. I'm just saying this is what it is. This is why. Look here, and everybody else oh yeah.
I like to think that what happened in PSA offices was Nat saw it first, picked up the phone and called marketing, said, Whoa, I got this. You guys just back off. I got this, and hung up the phone and took care of it. Like I realized that is probably not exactly what happened, but I like to think that that's what happened. It's like I got this.
Or marketing just knows. They're like, oh, Nat's going to handle this one for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Nat's on Twitter a lot too.
Yeah,
and he does respond like that. You don't have a lot of heads of companies like that that like he participates in the hobby. So, whatever you think of PSA, I do appreciate that. And like, I do think it's kind of cool that like he'll talk about cards and show stuff. Some of it good, some of bad when he's showing his own 10s that we've talked about before. But, overall, I would rather him be on there and be part of the hobby instead of just being somebody who is making money off it. He's clearly making a lot of money off of it. That's fine. I mean, that's what he's there to do. That's why he bought the company. But I do feel like he is an actual collector too.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Different than other people that own big companies in the hobby, right? No offense, Michael. We love you. Even though I'm wearing the shirt, send us money. We'll talk nicely about you. Oh, well, speaking of Michael Rubin, EP, this is your favorite time of the year, bro. 2024 Topps design has been released.
Mm-hmm.
Been out there for days. Our group text, we have not discussed it because you have thoughts. I believe your text was, I have thoughts. And we let it out there. I want to hear your impression of the 2024 Topps baseball design.
Well, I'm going to start at the beginning. And the beginning is...
Wait, hold on a second. Let me get comfortable.
Let me get comfortable, too. Let me grab a beer here.
The beginning is when Mike sends a text to us and, hey, do you guys see the 2024 design? Topps design is out. I was like, I haven't seen it yet. I was at work at the time. And so he sends it. It's got a video and shows the card. And that card they showed, Ellie De La Cruz rookie card, which I'm excited to get an Ellie De La Cruz rookie card for sure. But that card, I was like, why did they rip off Score? That's a Score. That is a Score. That is a Score design. The borders were ginormous, like the biggest borders I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't get past anything else. I couldn't get past just the size of the borders. That said, and I was at that point, like Joe's like, oh, how many cases are you gonna get? It's like looking at this thing, 0.0 cases. Then I did see some other material that kind of showed that, and not all borders are like that, and maybe that they're actually should be smaller, and maybe that photo is cropped wrong. So I don't hate it as much, and I was able to look at it and say, I don't hate it. It's but I think it's going to be a very divisive design. Like I think either you're going to really like it or really hate it. But without the giant borders, I don't hate it as much. I think it's going to look cool in a Topps Chrome design. A Topps Chrome refractor in that design is going to look kind of really, really cool. But I was more excited about last year's design. I really like last year's design with the mugshot and all that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, there it is. I had a very hard no stance at the very beginning, and then when I saw some stuff with the borders that weren't as ridiculous, I felt better about it.
I'm pretty sure the thinner border is the actual card. I think that whatever release was just not done right, but a lot of the other pictures I've seen have had the thinner borders to them and stuff. I like them. I think they're really kind of cool, and a little bit, people have pointed out a little bit 86 Topps-ish with the black fade on the top. And I love the neon sign, though, for like the team name. It kind of, I like 90s stuff. So I feel like it's kind of a modern version of a 90s card. It's unique. Like I do like the white bordered plain Topps years too. I do like those designs, but I think this one is fun. And as somebody who doesn't open a lot of baseball, I think I'd be interested in opening some of it. I think it looks fun. And like is it Topps Chrome, I think will look awesome in that design too. Yep. So Joe, what are your thoughts on it?
What?
All right. Yeah, I tuned into this just to hear EP finally complain about Fanatics in some way, shape, or form.
Wow.
And then nothing.
He backtracked.
He's super backtracked.
Michael Rubin got to him.
That's because the card looked different.
Erica Howick doesn't love it. Get him more money. Get him more money.
Yeah.
No, instant transfer.
I was told to show up today to hear EP complain about something Fanatics related, and this is what I get. Whatever.
Disappointing. Yeah, I thought you were going to hammer it. So the question is, are you going to buy any this year?
I'll definitely buy some. I'm thinking I'm going to do a case, but
maybe I'll do a case.
Yeah, you should. It's fun.
What kind of a world are we living in? I might. How much are they? It's not that
I haven't checked the prices, but that was probably close to last year, so probably I think it was like $500, $600 for a case. That doesn't sound right, does it?
No, that doesn't sound right. I feel like it was like $1,200. Wasn't it $1,200 or something like that?
It might have been $1,000. I can't remember.
Wow,
he has so much money he doesn't even know.
Doesn't even matter anymore.
I can tell you. Hang on a second.
He has cash laying around all over. People think he has cards in those boxes behind him. It's cash. Straight up cash.
According to my cases sales project, one case was $1,119.02 is what I paid for it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Did
It's
EP
doable.
say $500? By the way, at first
He did, yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you're really building into my whole. EP says that boxes
Well,
are only $50.
Joe, they'll probably be 500 a case this year.
Oh wait. No, I
It'll
spent
go
nine
down, right?
Oh, yeah.
940. 1100 was what my profit on the single cards. Nine or not profit. I'm sorry. Was the amount of money that was sold or whatever.
Oh,
No,
I was
no, it was-
almost in.
profit was
I
one-
buy 5
Profit
cases.
was $221 total with all my graded cards and everything. But no, it's $940 for a case.
To be fair, 1,000 is still double what you had originally said
That's
it was going
accurate.
to go for.
That is factually correct. Yes, I'm not going to argue that point.
So if I buy a KCP, will you
Yeah.
take a couple days off to collate them all for me?
Yes, 100%.
Well,
Can
really?
you let me open one box or not?
Absolutely. If you're going to
Yes.
collate them, I'll let you open 2. Because that's really the only thing that would like prohibit me from thinking about opening a case. Is I'd have all these cards, and then
Right.
people would want them like in number order, and ew, just gross even thinking about.
Oh no!
So-
Let's just see all
Why
the
didn't you
breakers.
split
They
a
just
case?
the breakers just throw away all the base, all the base, the commons, and they just keep the hits.
But I'm not going to break it. I'm going to like do a case project like you.
Oh yeah,
See
but
who
you
can make more money.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I mean, you should. Yeah, definitely. So what you're
Like,
saying is
you
we should-
made
we're saying is all-
$1,100 profit. So
So what you're saying is all three of us should buy a case, and
No.
and try,
let's see who gets
it makes
the
this
best
better.
profit.
I would
Yeah.
totally do it.
somehow pull like the.
You would, yeah. Joe
Yeah,
would
I'd
get
be
like the product hit out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And wouldn't know it. Go through in the video,
Yeah.
just throw it aside. People would be cringing. Well, yeah, I think it's actually a pretty cool design. So, you know, a really cool design was that Tom Brady Superfractor we talked about last week, or as Joe likes to say, Super Refractor.
Yeah, super refractor. Yeah.
Sold for only $158,000. We were way overshooting the value
Yeah.
of that card. I have a theory. I brought this up to you. We did the live stream last night and the auction ended. It was clearly because you two weren't able to
Sure.
get in on the bidding at the end. I can't even talk. I've been talking
Can't even
way too
talk.
much the last 2 days.
Yeah.
I feel like the live stream impacted the value of that card. What are your thoughts?
I can see it. You know, I had my maximum bid was 275, and I think EP's was 275 and 1 cent. So
44 cents.
Yeah, 40.
I was doing.
Oh, yeah, he does
44
44
cents.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now we know.
Yeah, look at that.
I'll edit that out. Ethan, don't worry.
Yeah. All right.
See, that's editing. Look,
Editing.
you just want to say it.
What's this?
I put in my mega bid. I put in my
I
mega
have
bid.
no
I
idea.
don't know what happened, but it didn't take for some reason. I was gonna go 200,000 for it, but what's not taking.
Joking aside, I am shocked that the hype that this card was getting, and wasn't it at 150 when we talked about it last week?
Like 151
like-
maybe.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
close to
like
it. If
it was
not,
like
yeah.
close to what it ended. It's like that shocked me. I really-
Dennis Rodman PMGs sell for more than that card. So
which good.
yeah,
Still
that's good.
right. It's still $158,000 for a card of Tom Brady in a Photoshop baseball uniform that came out in a baseball product. So I mean, it's still a ridiculous amount of money. But yeah, I mean, we all thought it was going to go for more, but it's still, when you think about what it is, it's still like a novelty,
It's a novelty.
type card.
Yeah. Look at us.
And that kind of card, if that ever goes up for sale again, like yeah.
Someone's holding the bag. We said
Yeah.
this last week. We're like,
Yeah.
someone eventually is going to be holding the bag on this thing. It's literally the person that just bought it.
And you see it all the time, like that. Remember the Rock 1 of 1 out of 2022 Prizm, the $125,000 sale? Like you see this stuff happen with 1 of 1s because you have that person who's willing to go all in. When they go to get rid of it, like you don't have that person. You're out of the market. The person that was
Right.
willing to pay what it takes, and like I don't know that people understand enough how volatile 1 of 1s will most likely be. Like they're being sold when the top of the hype for these products, and then 10 years from now, are they going to have the same hype? Probably not. Are they going to have the same interest? Probably not. That's why things like I know PMGs are kind of a crazy price, but like you have a lot more people that collect those. And they're something that have been around for a while, been very popular, will probably continue to be popular instead of these one-off, novelty cards like you guys said. And yeah, I would not have wanted to purchase this card, and if I ever had to sell it, I would probably take a bath on it. So
I think
real quick, $158,000. Think of all the autographed rookie cards, and this isn't an autograph card. This is a 101 base superfractor. Think of all the 2000 rookie cards that you could buy that are like autographed of Tom Brady. Like how many SPXs? I'm sorry, how many SP Authentics, or how many SPXs? How many of the playoff contenders could you have bought with $158,000? It's just crazy to me. Give me those. Give me the things that actual cards, not these novelty cards.
The craziest, like, saddest part of this whole thing, in my opinion, is that there is probably a Brady super collector out there who's gonna pay like $30,000, which maybe that card's actually worth. Maybe it's not 10,000, but they would totally be willing to pay that and have it in their collection and be absolutely ecstatic. But I feel like this card probably sold to somebody who's like, I'm paying $158,000 now. I can get $200,000 for it in a couple years. Somebody who wants to flip it, as opposed to a true like collector who's like a super collector who's like, gosh, I want this card, but I can't go over $30,000 or $10,000 for it because they're reasonable. Unlike the person that spent $158,000.
I don't feel bad for those people.
Well,
if you still have $30,000 to spend on a card, I don't feel bad for you.
Feel bad. Yeah, we know.
Feel bad. Well, slippery slope, but
feel bad in the hobby sense, not necessarily in the.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one last topic I wanted to cover here this week. The outfielder for the Royals, MJ Melendez. Did you see this EP? His one of ones out of Topps Dynasty. I wrote these down. One is a World Baseball Classic patch autograph, one of one, and the other is a game ball that's also autographed in one of one. And he, on Twitter, let me quote this. He said, "Whoever pulls these cards whenever they come out, I will personally fly you out to a game and make you a trade for the card." So he is offering anybody who pulls the cards to fly out to the game, meet him, probably going to give you some autographs and memorabilia and stuff for the card. Pretty freaking cool, right? Like,
yeah.
We've talked before about how cool we think it is when players collect their own cards and collect cards in general. I don't think this is marketing, right? Am I wrong? Or is it marketing? Is this being done intentionally? Or is this sincere that he just wants to collect his cards?
I mean, there very well could be some marketing there, but also I think there are a lot of players that like they look at the World Baseball Classic as this thing that goes above and beyond Major League Baseball. Like this, just it's a fun thing, and I like to hope that is the case, and that he's just excited. Like he actually, I mean, they're really cool freaking cards. Like if he's any interested in like collecting cards at all, and he sees his cards of himself in this, I can see him being excited about it. I haven't seen anything.
That patch card is a nice card. Yeah. I don't really like the baseball one that much.
No, I thought they're both pretty
yeah.
pretty
the
awesome.
patch one is really awesome though. So, maybe I'll buy some of that and I'll pull that out.
Try to get it.
Unfortunately, I don't think I would want to fly. So, what do I do with the card then? Will he come here? How about you come on the podcast and we'll do like a little swap? You have to sit next to me here, though. Like I'll slide over. Oh God, look at all those cards. Yeah,
I know. There are some people who like we've talked about this before on the show that we were afraid that there are some people who just take their one of one and keep it. Like the people have done that not knowing that they're not supposed to do that or whatever. So at least he didn't do that. But I think it's pretty. Pretty awesome.
Cool.
Again.
Put it in my pocket.
Yeah. But I think it's if it is genuine, I think it's awesome. If it is only marketing, then it's still.
I don't think it is. I just threw that out there because I did see, some people, the conspiracy theorists are, they're doing that to pump up the value of this stuff.
I haven't talked about anything.
Okay.
Catch me on Pat McAfee tomorrow.
I'll let it all out tomorrow, Pat McAfee. What are your thoughts, Joe?
I think it's hilarious.
You were laughing when I was talking about it, so I was just wondering what your thoughts were.
I was just thinking about what if that wrestling collector card set that's out there, and they like to get their own one-on-ones. I was like, do you think any of them will fly you out to the convention and at the national, and you can give them their 101 on stage, they'll pay for you to, like, I don't know, come to Cleveland. There's got to be something there, right? If you really want your 101 metal card from your wrestling card collector set, you need to fly someone somewhere. That's what I'm hearing.
Man, now you make me wish I would have bought some of them. Could have gone to the National for free. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, gonna wrap it up there. That was a good chat this week, and I will see you next week. Take care, guys.
Adios.